Hey marketing leader, today I'm bringing you 7 quick tips to help you fix your website so it actually wins for your organization. And I know what a winning website even means. I mean, it will depend on you, what you actually need from that website. But I believe the tips that I have today are quite universal. So that's why I only have 7 of them. That I could probably have like 30 or 40. But yeah, we don't want that. I want to get to the meat of it, to the essence of it, so that you can actually take them and apply them to your website straight away after this video. Or, I mean, if you fancy, you can even do it as we go. Let's take a look. And here are the 7 points that we'll be talking about. Reviewing your website copy, experimenting with your call to actions, gate locking your content, keeping those forms simple, putting some videos up, ensuring best user experience, and finally, optimizing your website assets. Ready? Let's go. So first point on the list is reviewing your copy. And I know I keep talking about it because it's that important, but this time around, I would like you to do it with tools. There are plenty tools to help you make sure that copy is right. And if you are in a position, and that's a lucky position to be in which you have branding guidelines that tell you how to sound as a brand, that is a strong, great starting point for reviewing your copy. It is a tool, in a sense, a brand guideline. So start there. But if you don't have that, that's okay. There are a few things that you can do to make sure your copy is great, and those tools will tell you. So for example, make sure you are capitalizing sentences correctly. Make sure sentences are short and sweet. Don't overcomplicate the language. Keep it simple. Leave the jargon out. Make sure a 4th grader can understand it. Even if you're fancy and if you feel a bit adventurous, you can go for AI driven copywriting tools that will fix your copy for you. And trust me, they're good. They're really good. Take a look around the internet for help with writing a good copy for the website, but also take a look at our YouTube channel. We have plenty of videos in which we mention how to write copy, what tools to use. But today I just wanted to remind you that copy is very important, and that's the first step to ensuring the success of your website. Next on the list is experimenting with call to actions. What I mean is, apart from writing the labels in the right way, I mean placement of those call to actions. So you'll want to make sure those call to actions are accessible to the user at all times, because users will want to know the next step you will want them to take. And yes, there's primary call to action, probably some kind of get in touch, find out more, book a demo, but also there are secondary call to actions which will make user dive in a bit more in your story. They should be scattered around, they should be highly contextual. So take a look at your call to actions, how you disperse them on the website, and just have a think if they make sense on the high level. We all want leads from the website, and apart from revising the copy and making people understand what you're all about, you will want to collect their emails, their data, so you can actually push them down in the sales funnel. And even though pushing someone down anywhere doesn't sound nice, that's what happens in marketing and sales, unfortunately. So one way to do it, as you know, is having gated content. And if you don't have it, you're missing out, really. Any kind of PDF doesn't have to be long, like 2-3 pages long. Any kind of interesting bite of knowledge that people will be ready to exchange their personal information for is worth having on a website. Can be some kind of template that accompanies your blog about spreadsheets and processes, I don't know, just throwing ideas randomly. But basically, you'll want to capitalize on those, narrow opportunities to convert your traffic. From the user test that I've facilitated myself, I've learned that many people are not ready to convert right away. The direct call to action that I call that you have, that is the main money-making call to action, they're not ready for it yet. You'll know that, I know that. You have to build up to that moment in their journey, in their customer experience, before they're ready to take that final step. What you're doing in between is using your transactional call to actions, such as downloads, secondary call to actions, some kind of content that helps them get familiar with your brand and trust you a bit more. So this is a great opportunity to catch their emails, catch their attention, and then maybe run some kind of drip marketing on their record and see where that takes you. Without that, well, you're never really pushing people from the awareness stage in the funnel towards the bottom. So keep that in mind too. There's a famous case study on Expedia which shows you that removing a single one optional field from the form can turn into a great boost to your conversion rate. And trust me, that is really the case. You should keep your forms simple. Only ask for what's necessary. You can ask for the rest later in your follow-up email, follow-up call, or maybe, 3 emails down the line. It doesn't really matter. Ask for the details that you only need, because in users' mind, every single form field, it costs them, well, not necessarily money, but there is value associated with every piece of information that they share with you. So the more you ask them to spend, the less likely they are to actually take any action, submit that form. Frankly, if you just can get away with asking for email, do that. And whether you can figure out from the email the business they come from, their name, traffic source, perhaps not that important. Would you rather have that lead in your CRM or not have it at all? You answer that question yourself. It's a no-brainer, but it's good to say it out loud. You should use videos to drive conversions up. And by the way, I keep sticking to the conversions topic because in my books, this is what a winning website means. But obviously, you will interpret the winning website on your own. But for now, all I want you to know that videos really help. If you have landing pages, purchase-orientated pages, or you think that some pages could use more attention, then it's a really good idea to have a video up there. Video like this one is okay, where you just talk, where you explain yourself a bit more. Some people might not have time to read or may not have the attention span that you want them to have. Sometimes, frankly, it's just nice to have a video up and have someone talking to you. I mean, look at YouTube, right? There's a successful story for you. Put video up, doesn't have to be everywhere, plan it accordingly, and I'm sure it will help with statistics for those pages, with conversions on those pages, and perhaps it might even eliminate some kind of silly questions down the line because people will learn and take away from that video much more than you expected. One reason that I see often which prevents websites from winning is that they ruin user experience. And how you ruin user experience? Well, by using our beloved pop-ups. I guess it was coming. Get rid of them, really, and only keep those that are truly valuable to the end user. Don't bombard them with exit intents all the time. Don't have those 5 overlaid pop-ups in the bottom right corner. Download this, now this, and then live chat on top of it. No, just don't do it. It really interferes with the experience. Remember, that person is a complete stranger to your website, to your content, and the way you carry yourself. Every single micro objection that they have about your brand, it just accumulates and creates this negative image of your brand in their head, which will most likely lead to them leaving your website and never coming back. You know what? Just treat them as you would like to be treated. I think that's the way to sum it up, really. And finally, this is, it sounds techy, but there are tools and there are ways to do it very easily with drag and drop. Optimize your assets. Before you upload them to the website, make sure they're optimized by some kind of web optimization tool. If we're talking about the image, you can resize them. So, for example, on your website, you're probably using an image that's between 600 pixels wide to 1200 pixels wide. So don't upload an image that's 8K, okay, and that weighs 30 megabytes. Just be mindful of that. I know it's easy to drag a photo of your SD card on your camera to WordPress media uploader and be done with it. But frankly, you are really shooting yourself in the foot. Just do overall check. Go through your website. There are tools for that too. For example, Google Page Insight. Take a look and see what stands out and how easy it is to fix. Because some of them, to be honest, it's as easy as download it, resize it, shrink it, upload it back up, and you're golden. Take a look, because performance really matters, not only to user experience, but also to crawlers. Just a sneaky peek into how crawlers work. They do have a limited budget on understanding your website, and the heavier website is, the quicker they use up that budget. So by the time they parse your website and all the necessary assets, they already might run out of that budget and then not even get a chance to understand the copy of it. Keep the performance high on your list of things to take care of. That was the things that you should change on your website if you would like it to win for your organizations, whether that's leads or brand awareness. You define the win, what it really means to you. They're really universal and they will help you greatly if you apply them right away. Doesn't have to be all of them. Some of them is good too. Keep improving, keep going forward, and I'm sure you'll see the benefit of it quite quickly. Thanks so much for being with me today. I really appreciate it. Any thoughts? Share with me in the comment section or reach out to me however you like. But for now, good luck and see you in the next one. Bye bye.